Come hang with Dick and Brett, we're here to get those whistles wet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Beers and Bourbon with Dick and Brett. I'm Dick.
And I'm Brett. Wasn't dramatic enough?
No, it was not dramatic enough.
Well.
Hey, so this is season 3. I think episode 7. We got so many out there, we don't even know which one's which anymore. Coming back to you, solid lineup. Stag Junior, Mega Foo, North Park, back in the house.
I think it's like kind of crazy. We follow this trend where we kind of pick a brewery and we get a couple of beers from them, and then we just randomly try them all on the episodes and back to back, like North Park, Melvin, like whatever,
Brewery
right?
X, Brewery X.
North, whatever, like yeah, exactly. So, anyways, better that you know when you go in there, like all the canned beers that they supply and what they taste like, or at least what we think they taste like. Those are always good options. So, watch more episodes and you get to find out which beers you like from which breweries. You know,
There you go.
I guess.
You can find
that's
all
that's
of
my
them.
only answer to
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Well, we've been bringing you some shorts. Hopefully you checked them out. We did like 2 minute, 10 minute, 15 minutes. We're trying out new stuff. It's 2025. Hopefully you watched the inauguration episode we did. That just dropped recently where we were just doing nothing, as Brett said.
Yeah, it might have been the only day afterwards where I was truly hungover for a while.
So I gotta tell you guys, fucking Brett texted me today. I'm like, we always get into this little like, can we record? Can we not record? And he's like, it's on. When can we do it? And I'm not getting drunk.
Yeah.
And I tried to describe it as like a second date with some woman like you're dating, or like probably in your younger years when they're like, we're not going past third base. It's not happening. And I was like, he's just like a little girl about it. And I was like, okay. So I only have one beer in the fridge other than what we're going to do, which is rare. And I only got like a few bottles of bourbon. I told him I sold all these. And then he shows up with like 3 or 4. And I'm like, what happened? And he's like, shut up. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Fucking guy, dude. He's like Siegfried and Roy, man. Every time I think he's going to zig, he zags.
I tell you what, really, honestly, like, I had to set some expectations, because, like, you never know when Dick's just going to reach around and grab another bottle and then just start going to town on it. So, I'm hoping that this just limits our pours for this sole evening of the other massive amounts of evenings that we do this, that I can return home safely and wake up and be productive tomorrow, because I was a little scared of that hangover we had on inauguration day. That's all I'm saying.
That's such a fucking lie, dude.
Yeah.
So no,
If
don't
you
lie,
can't-
don't lie to our viewers, all 17 of them. Don't lie to them, okay? Every time, I'm telling you, the days that I'm chill, he comes over and he's like, "Wanna party?" He's like got this look in his eyes, right? Today, you can't see. He shows up in pajama pants. He shows up like, "Hey, I'm just chilling," right? I guarantee when we turn this camera on, he's gonna be like, "Hey, bro, can we have another pour? You want to have another pour?"
You never know what's going to happen, right? Because, as soon as it introduced to your veins, sometimes you want a little more, Sometimes you don't. But really, honestly, all I really, 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 really wanted to do was just not wake up with a hangover. That's it,
You gotta drink a bunch of water before you go to bed. Maybe take your not be a bitch pills.
Well, I'm going to eat some spaghetti.
There you go. I hate spaghetti.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
I don't hate spaghetti. I like it a lot.
Yeah?
Crushed spaghetti. Meat sauce though, not just regular.
I gotta
sauce.
have mine with meatballs. I don't know. I can't just eat spaghetti like with meat sauce. I feel like as a kid, Mom, if you're watching, sorry, we talked about it a few episodes. I feel like I had it too much to where I don't enjoy it anymore. I'd rather have Alfredo.
Yeah, Alfredo's bomb. I like it all. I like all the pastas. I even like the pasta that doesn't even have like the sauce on it. It's
Just like al
oil
dente. Oh, like garlic noodles?
yeah, garlic noodles. If it sucks, I'll just put a bunch of that parm shit on.
Yeah. There you go.
Parm all over it. Then it's all
I'll just parm
awesome.
all over it.
Yeah.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah.
So we were talking before, and Brett was actually watching one of our episodes, and we were looking at the last time we did Stag Junior. It has our most views of all the podcasts. So out of 45 something videos, it had I think his watch was probably number 300. So
Might have been.
I think we should commemorate this. So we're doing a Stag Junior. What is there? There was 18 batches right before they called it adult,
Stag,
which I think
yeah.
was cool. They called it Stag, and then you have the George T. Stag, right? So not to be misconstrued. But my oldest daughter Grace, she chose this like I don't know 4 or 5 podcasts ago. All my girls came out and they picked different bottles. We tried one that my youngest had put up. And so tonight I said, hey, which was the Stag? And so she chose this one. So this is 65.45% alcohol, 131.9 proof. So I don't know what batch it is. We don't pay attention to that stuff anymore. But
Yeah,
it is
it's
close
just too
to a
many
bottle
batches.
kill. Still smells fire, dude. Cork's still wet, so we're gonna get into it, man. So we drank a whole bottle. Damn, that was a fat pour. We drank a whole bottle of my George T. Stag 2019, and we've had a bunch of these. Do you think in a blind taste test that you could tell the difference?
Between a GTS and a Stag Junior?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah? I think you
Yeah.
could too.
I solely on, not solely, but a lot leaning on just mouthfeel, really alone. The George T. Stag it's an explosion of numbness and flavor and lasting and oil and all the things that I love about bourbon. And Stag Junior or regular Stag is just a knock your socks off type of bourbon. It's just straight up gangster. It's hardcore. It's hanging out with the boys. It's talking shit on girls. It's whatever you want to find it to be. It's the one that reminds you of your manhood.
Yeah, I think it puts hair on your chest.
Yeah, it really does.
The crazy thing, I was gonna say the interesting thing, and I always say that, so I had a mental note to not say that, but they're pretty much around the same proof. So the only thing I can, figure out is the age in the barrel, right? I would assume this is under 10 years, and Stags are anywhere from usually 15 years, I think, is their sweet spot. But it's got to be the time in the barrel that kind of mellows it out, gives it a little bit more of that sweetness, some char out of the barrel, but that's just a speculation.
I mean, big ups to George T. Stag. This guy was the godfather. You know what I mean?
GOT Stag Distillery, man.
Yeah.
I wish that's the Prohibition bottle that if I could get, like, there's the Old Morks. I just saw one the other day that was, God, I can see the face. It looks like Thomas Jefferson on it. There's a bunch of different like pre-Prohibition bottles, and I've always wanted the GOT Stag ones. And they did it in that like release that they did, the all old ones.
Yeah, and then they want to charge you $1,000-something for 8 bottles that are not even full size.
I think it's like 5 or 6. They're 375 milliliters, and I want to say the estimated retail MSRP was supposed to be like $18.95. They probably go for like 3 Gs.
I tell you what, I spent some time doing some research on those 2 releases that they did of pre-Prohibition Buffalo Trace juices, and there were, I think, it was 5 per release, right? 5 different, so 10 different releases, and I want to say that there was like 4 or 5 of them got really good accolades, and then the rest were kind of just like subpar. But I don't know because I didn't try them. But I'm just saying, like, going off of what other reviewers had said, is that there were some bangers in there, but really at the end of the day there was like no true, like, it's not gonna, I don't think they're gonna compete with some of the things that they have done to make some of these bourbons just perfect. You know what I mean?
I agree. I mean, if you think about that, that was 100 years ago, right? It's cool. We'll just go into it. It's cool. No big deal. Like,
Okay, first of all, you do not want to spit back up Stag Junior.
You know what? I'll just pause for a second. And I was gonna comment on your point, but it's cool. We're just going rogue. Just because you got your jammies on today, you can do whatever you want.
I figured that's why I wore them. I was trying to get him to fucking shoot it up his nose the same way I just did. It tastes really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this bottle's definitely got some air in it, right? It's not watered down, but
No.
off the front, I get that butterscotch kind of like vanilla creamy. Then I start getting the spice build up in the back of my mouth on my teeth. I get the Kentucky hug, like you were saying. It's not harsh, right? So if you don't drink a ton of bourbon and somebody pours you a barrel proof, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna be like, this is so hot. Oh my gosh! Like we just took fat sips. Like,
Yeah.
but I think the more your palate opens up. This is our first bourbon of the day. We had a beer before we started. I mean, I can obviously handle it. We can handle it, but it's like you said, it's full mouthfeel. You get that tingliness. I think you called it in one of the episodes. Like
Yeah, right in the back of your little tonsil
Yeah.
areas where like it doesn't usually reach that far, but when you get stronger stuff, it kind of does reach that far. It goes
Yeah.
all the way into the depths.
The cool thing is, one, the legs are money. I'm watching it right now drip down the side. But time for a Frenchie.
Taking a intermediate pause.
Frenchie
So a
break.
nice
We'll be
Frenchie
back
right
in a
now.
second. It's like when you watch Paramount Plus and you have the commercial one because you were cheap and they like hit you with a 2-minute commercial. We'll start doing that.
My favorite was JFK, not JFK, RFK.
JFK, he's dead, bro.
Yeah, that didn't. That
Hey,
didn't go
Trump
over
said
well.
he's gonna release JFK, MLK, and all that. And we're gonna find out that our government shot him, but
We'll see.
I'll probably get this episode banned for saying that, but it's all right.
Maybe.
So-
I'll tell you what, he RFKs in this big thing. He just pops out some Zens and
Dude,
he
he
just
did.
throws it.
He did
decky
it,
in,
but he did
bro.
it so good. He was like,
He did it like I pick my nose sometimes,
Dude.
like this, like
yeah,
You know
he
what
did
I mean?
it
Yeah.
so inconspicuous in the middle of like a federal court hearing.
yeah. He
From
was
the
like,
group.
"Fuck it, dude. I need some more nicotine to go along with
Our
my
boy,
buzz."
you know our boy Chet, he's all, I wish he was our boy. He's not our boy. We follow him, but he don't follow us. But what I was
One
gonna
day.
say one day,
Yeah.
what I was gonna say is, dude, it finishes good. Like, again, that's to me. So this is the cheaper version. At one point, these were going for $300, $300 plus. The store picks when they first came out were crazy expensive. Now.
I wasn't even mad at paying that though, because the bourbon's so strong. It's like you could have 2 pours of this and have a great buzz, or you could have 4 or 5 pours
Yeah.
of like a Buffalo Trace, right? And you're halfway through the bottle. With this, you could literally knock that edge off
Quick.
2 quick pours
Oh.
like that, you know. So
And now it's going for like 130, right? So it's getting the right size. It probably should retail like $69. But I think about it, if you think about like a Weller, right? If we drink single barrel and then you drink special reserve, or we drink George C. Stagg and George Stagg Jr., they're like Weller Special Reserve and single barrel are like this far apart.
yeah,
These, I mean, there's a distance, but it's not crazy.
it's not crazy.
It's not crazy. I
Yeah.
just think you get more of that refined, more of that like you can tell it's $1,000 bottle versus
yeah.
this, right? But man,
I'll tell you what, my first pour ever that I had at George C. Stagg at this guy's house, graciously enough, blew my mind. It was like, oh shit. Oh shit.
They do exist?
Oh shit. I need to get me some of that. And then I started learning, like, man, I don't know if I can get me some of that. And then I was on the hunt and I was looking for it everywhere and I was trying to find it for like at least the deal, and I think the best deal that I ever found on it was like $11.99. I should have just bought it, but I didn't.
Dude, well, I mean, we
might
all,
even be able to get it for $9.99 somewhere around here at this point in time, but chances are probably not.
I've seen the cheapest. I think them is like $7.99. But
I would have just picked that up.
what's crazy is in 2019, before COVID, sorry, my chair is super loud. We're getting new ones. Brett ordered them from China. They're not going to come now because of the tariff. But
Nothing's coming anymore.
yeah, but I bought it for $3.99. So I've told this story before, and I'll make it short. So I'm looking at our local shop, and there's George C. Stagg, and there's Pappy, our old Rip 10, side by side, $3.99. Okay, this is like 2019, maybe early 2020. And I'm like, I still feel like I made the right choice, right? But then, fast forward 2-3 years ago, it was like 1,100 and 1,200. And then now they're slowly coming down, but they still have the nostalgic VTAC. But I agree, and that bottle got shit on. The 2019 bottle, everyone was like, it's not good, it's not good. Now we have two 2023s. If they shit on that 2019, I'm gonna piss my pants when I drink that one. Like
Right.
that has gotta be so good. So I agree with what Brett said. George C. Stagg, GOT Stagg, man, you are the guy. I'm glad you got a BTAC to commemorate you. It's got your picture in it. The Stags, they've done a really good job. They finally released store picks. Buffalo Trace is doing their thing, dude. They just put out this week Eagle Rare 12.
I saw that. That was quite the surprise. I mean, what regular Eagle Rare is 10.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple more years. I can't imagine it to not be like the smoothest thing on the planet. Cause
It's already smooth at
it's
10.
already smooth at 10. So it's gonna just be smoother, maybe a little more flavor. I don't know.
It's 95 proof. I think the original's 90, so they kicked it up a little bit.
How much? I mean, how hard do you think it's gonna get to get the Eagle Rare 12? Like, do you think it's gonna be like crazy popular and like fly off the shelves forever and make it fucking
No.
difficult, or do you think they're gonna pump some?
I think they're gonna pump some because you gotta
I hope
imagine
so.
you gotta imagine that they've already been making a ton of Eagle Rare. So let's just say 500 barrels, 1,000 barrels, whatever. I mean, we don't know how much they're doing in the new still, right? They pumped out that 3, 4, 5 years ago,
Yeah.
so they probably got a lot of age. I would imagine there's gonna be a good amount, but I do think in the first run it's gonna be taxed. So Eagle Rare used to be $29.99, $39.99. Then it went up to like 50, 60. So I would say it's probably gonna not retail, but it's gonna sell here and everywhere else for probably $7,500. We're all gonna try it, and then it'll mellow out because it's a new toy. That Weller 18 is gonna be what I think you're saying is it's gonna blow off the shelves. It's gonna be not a millennium, but it's gonna be a couple $1,000s. It's gonna be this one-off thing. I think they made an answer. Heaven Hill this week just released the 19. So we have a war right now between Heaven Hill and Buffalo Trace,
Yeah.
which is Apple and Android, right? The race. So Buffalo Trace, I mean, other than the Saz 18, had nothing with an 18-year mark. They said, okay, we're going to let Weller age that way. William LaRue is 16, 17, 18 years old. They had the Saz 18, but nothing was that year mark. So it makes sense for them to release that. Heaven Hill answered back like within a month and said, Heaven Hill 19, cool. We shit on you guys. And then they come out Eagle Rare 12. So I feel like it's an arms race or a race to the moon, like with us with Russia back in the day. And
Yeah.
I'm here for it, man. As long as it can be reasonable, because bourbon prices are coming down. So like, let's not. To me, it's. Are they releasing new products to get people back into bourbon because bourbon's not as cool anymore? Or are we just trying to tax shit and just putting a different age statement on it? I hope it's the first one.
I just want. I mean, bourbon's cool to me and will be cool to me until the end of time. So
You know
I'm
what
not.
I mean, though, right?
You know, I know exactly what you mean, but I'm saying like, its loyal following is there. It's not going away. This is not something that, all of a sudden we're gonna start a gin podcast or some bullshit, right?
We might work out a few times. We might cook on the Blackstone, but you never know. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cooking with Dick and Brett.
And gin.
Today we're doing a espresso martini, which I enjoy. But can you imagine us looking? Well, I can't say that word anymore. But can you imagine us with these like stemmed glasses? Like, oh, I can't wait to get to the chocolate covered espresso bean.
Wow, it tastes so nummy.
Oh shit. Hey, you know what? You gotta put up with Brett's bullshit because I love this guy. So we're not gonna do espresso martinis. We might do. I shared this in a previous episode. My in-laws got me like a little smoker thing for the old fashions. I've never really been a fan of old fashions because I feel like it's diluting a great bourbon, so you don't really could put a good bourbon in there. But we're gonna do one. We're gonna have to do one. I want to show them that I'm using it, and I also figure we might as well try it. I got a bunch of different.
I got a
woods.
smoky thing too, so I mean, I've used it once since I got it. I smoked some bourbon, tastes pretty good, and then I was like, I'd rather just drink it neat.
Yeah.
but it does taste good. I guess I'm just a creature of habit. Like, I think you find yourself in a principle decision.
Agreed. It's
You're like, principle is why change it from what it was given to you as? It's like you somebody gives you this sweet pair of Air Jordans, brand new, they look clean, and then you paint them.
You paint them?
I don't know. People do. They paint them because they want to customize them. You know, but then you take all the true value out of it.
Yeah.
So I feel the same with bourbon.
So it's
just
like,
don't paint the bourbon. Just drink it the way it's supposed to be served to you, the way it's originally given to you. They've already done a lot of work. Why do extra?
it's kind of like taking like an antique thing that has a patina on it and then repainting it. Like
Yeah.
a rusty car that's like a vintage car, and then you like repaint it all primo, and you're like, dude, you just took all the value out
It's
of it.
like putting linoleum floors on a nice hardwood floored house.
Did you say linoleum?
Linoleum?
Did you just
Linoleum?
did you
I don't
say
know what it's called. This was in the 80s.
Linoleum?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's nullo.
Nello?
Linoleum. It's with an L. You said it with an M.
Whatever the fuck it is. It was from the 80s,
Hey,
dude.
Hooked on Phonics didn't work for him. You said it worked for you a couple episodes.
I don't know. When you go into a house and you're trying to you're like, hey,
Oh,
I'll
you
check.
gotta scrape
There's
it off.
linoleum on the floor, and then they're like, everyone's just praying that when they scrape it off, that there's just this beautiful hardwood floor underneath.
It's got glue everywhere.
Yeah, but sometimes there's some really good wood in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 1 in a million shot.
Well, I see it all the time on fucking house shows that my wife makes me watch.
House
Restore,
Oh,
remaster,
yeah. There's
flip your flop.
There's one now with the dude. I think she cheated on him with the contractor, and now they got a show with his new wife and her. How fucking desperate are you that you say, we divorced, we created our own shows, but now we're gonna bring his side chick and then we're gonna flip houses together? You fucking thirsty fucking motherfuckers. That is now where you're at. You have now stooped down to the point that you're gonna bring your side chick on it, and they're like this. They like do this little side pose and shit. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. This is just really funny that he's saying this because the girl on the show I went to high school with.
No, she's pretty hot too.
Yeah. She dated my friends. She's still in my friend group.
Oh,
so
we should have her come over and do the podcast.
I don't think I think she might be a little out of our
Yeah,
league,
she's
bro.
making a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right, well, forget her then. Anaheim Hills. Shout out to Anaheim Hills. Let's go. All right, let's get into this triple dry hopped you fucking drinking it again?
Oh shit, my bad. I thought it was just a regular. I forgot we were on camera.
God, you would think we had a ton of beer.
That's how
before.
relaxed I am tonight. I'm like super
Jesus.
relaxed for some reason. I usually have fucking high anxiety, and today I'm just like,
No, stop
I'm
it.
just
Stop
seriously
it.
chilling
Brett's
out.
cool as a cucumber all the time. I bet if he took his pulse at 65.
No, it's like 90 over 152 or some bullshit. Like my doctor says I'm gonna fucking need to relax.
I don't even think that's bad. So, Mega Fu, triple dry hop, quadruple IPA, Nelson Sauvin, Galaxy, and Citra. Okay? Citra, we know, citrus.
Yes.
Galaxy, New Zealand hop. It's a little bit bitter. Nelson Sauvin is supposed to be like white grape. Same thing. New Zealand hop. Everyone goes nuts over it. It's like super pillowy. It's big in the hazies. It was big in the IPAs. Mega Fu, 13%. Let's fucking go.
Quad.
Brett, why don't you tell us what it tastes like, because you already had half your glass.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's fucking really good, bro. It is pillowy. The color I love. It reminds me of like a really good Radiant beer. It reminds me of like some of the really good beers that I've had. It is ripe. It's ripe and right now.
Ripe and ripe?
Right now.
Dude, we should do ripe again. So ripe is Great Notion from
Yeah.
from the Pac Northwest.
Yeah.
Bomb. We've done that. So the color is quintessential hazy. When you get a beer and you go somewhere and they pour you a hazy and it looks like this, you know it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, you're excited. It feels like it's almost like a thickness that you want, and it's pillowy and cloudy and bomb, and the color's bright.
Dude,
We did the Quint last time, right?
5 times.
Crazy. 5 IPA, no.
5 hazy.
5 hazy.
4 times
4 times
dry hop.
dry hop, right? This one's quad or something like that.
Yeah, quad.
So,
No, triple dry hop, quad hazy.
okay. So now we're at triple
So we're working our way down.
quad. So this is a lighter one, same brewery,
Yes.
but this one is delicious.
You said the last one was boozy. I didn't get that. Do you get boozy off this one at 13%?
Not at all. I'm not even getting boozy at all. I'm getting bomb.
That's what's scary because we're going to be drinking these in the channel at Havasu
Yeah.
this summer. I'm going to have a Dick and Brett hat. I might have a Dick and Brett grill. I'm going to have a Dick and Brett fucking tank top on and we're going to be going ham.
And I'm going to get mega fooked up.
I'm mega fooped. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Dude,
it's really good. I
hey.
like it. I mean, I'm not trying to like shoot. I'm not trying to like over,
No.
do it. But I took one sip and I was like, damn, that was good beer. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
I liked it.
North Park, we're not trying to get in your good graces. We're repping you guys. You're killing the game.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job, and this beer is fire. I love the color. I love the taste. I love the alcohol content a lot.
Do you get the white grape?
I'm getting it all. I'm getting the white grape. I'm getting all the different notes. The hop flavors that's in it. So it's not like one's masking the other. They're tying together really well.
I feel like they're in like quadrants.
Yeah.
I feel like I get the white grape off the start. I feel like I get the bitterness second, and then I think I get the citrus at the end.
It's just damn good.
My palate is cleansed, and I want more. So I always want a beer that is gonna have me going back for more, right? Single and double, triple IPAs. I spent a decade on them, and I still love them.
Yeah.
But at some point, when you're getting hammered, you're trying to muscle it down because it's too much.
I feel like if you can drink less liquid
And get more faded.
and get the same amount of faded,
Less liquid, more faded equals success.
yeah, I mean less bloated,
Yeah.
probably the same amount of sugar, but
It's a lot of sugar.
right. But at the end of the day, you don't feel like full, so you could have like a couple of these, get your good buzz on, eat
Yeah.
a nice meal,
Spaghetti with me.
go home, run around and chase, your dreams and your passions, and then pass out. You know
I
what
feel
I
like
mean?
I'm doing this, like when I trace my
Yeah.
my dreams and my passion.
Yeah,
It's like
just
finding.
grabbing open air.
It's like a ghost.
Yeah.
I like put my arms here and I'm like, hey, are we gonna have 300 views based off the stag again?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I want to drink this in a bubble bath, with a candle. And then like the
Hey,
Super Bowl.
Hey,
on, like,
if
a
you want
mini
to
screen or
if you want to
something like
replace Brett, I'm taking open auditions.
that. Yeah,
Bubble
he's getting
bath?
rid of me. Yeah, bubble bath.
What are you gonna
yeah.
have? One of those little things that goes on your bath, a little charcuterie board, and your pillow behind you.
As long as I don't have to make the charcuterie board.
Your wife will.
I hope so.
Hey,
I mean,
I'll tell you what.
doubt it,
Hey, I'll
but-
tell you what. I love Brett's wife. If you're out there, I love you in a non-plutonic way, but you make the best fucking charcuterie boards. I will tell you that right now.
She does fire up the charcuterie.
Dude,
boards,
Brett's
that's-
wife is like bougie AF because here's what happens. We're like, hey, we're having Friendsgiving. Everyone's like bringing their own shit. And she's like, I'm bringing Jeff Bezos' family shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's like $1,000 charcuterie board. She's like, fuck off. And I'm like, hey, okay,
Yeah.
come on in.
Yeah. There's like pepperoni roses,
Dude, it's
grapes on the stem. There's like purple cheeses and green cheeses
Hey,
and
shout out to
orange
Brett's wife
cheeses.
because you know what? You think that I don't like you, but I love you,
There's
girl.
6 different types of crackers. There's
Dude,
like Hot cheese, cold
it's
cheese.
it's like charcuterie board overload.
Sausages.
I'm like this, boom, 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 and she's like, "Hey, relax on the charcuterie board." That was
She likes to make a statement. She likes to say, "Look, I put my thought and I put my heart into this dish, so please enjoy it."
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
every time. Shout out to Brett's wife again. She's out there saving lives right now, dude. We're over here drinking fucking beers and we're being idiots, and she's saving lives.
Hey,
Shout out to you, Brett's wife.
shout out to Dick's wife, man. I mean, this lady, I go into his house like every day, and it's a different theme. It's like I walk in, it's Christmas, and then the next day it's like New Year's, and then the next day it's like Valentine's Day, and then the next day it's like fall or
It's fall,
spring
y'all.
or Easter. It's like, and it's like poof, overnight that shit happens. Like this guy just gets all the seasons. I get like 4 seasons, you know.
Here's what I'll tell you. As much as you think we're douchebags, we enjoy our wives.
Yeah.
They're great women.
We do.
We married up, and you know what? I'm thankful that those ladies still love us.
And they let us drink beer and bourbon
I know.
on the regular.
On the reg.
On the reg.
On that reg. Hey, we're about to be finished with this beer. Hopefully this gets 300 views.
Yeah, like 6,000 millions views.
Repost it. Go ahead. You got the QR code. Look at I'm repping a new hat.
He's got a new hat. I got the old school hat. This is the hat that I like. I'm wearing it more than any other hat.
Let's go.
I like it a lot. Got the old school logo on it. He's got a new school logo.
We're going to make patches of this logo. Website's coming soon. LLC's coming by the end of the month. Get ready. Dick and Brett, we're coming, bro. If you're either against us or you're with us.
That's right. Shaka laka laka laka.
Yeah, because you know what? Train's leaving the station, bro.
Choot choot. Yeah.
So either you're on the train or you missed your stop, bro.
Choot choot. Yeah.
I'm crushing this beer and we out.
All right. Well, this is to you guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Have a great life out there. Win at life. Go home, drink a beer, have a bourbon. Look for the good pleasures in life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dick and Brett,
We're out.
we're out.